Wow. It's hard to describe looking at this, something that was supposed to be so joyful just turned so quickly, and you can see some strollers out here, and you never think you're going to be the one covering it when it happens, but it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere. That was Caitlin Canute, a local anchor for NBC affiliate KSHB in Kansas City. She was covering the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl victory parade today when gunfire broke out, killing at least one person. According to Kansas police, at least 21 others were wounded by gunfire, including 9 children between the ages of 6 and 15. All of them are expected to recover. 3 people are currently in custody, but no motive is currently known. So far, NBC News is reporting that the shooting appears to be criminal in nature and not terrorism. Congressman Emanuel Cleaver represents Kansas City as part of Missouri's 5th congressional district. He joins me now. Congressman, thank you for being here. I understand that you had family members who were in attendance at the event, and first, our thoughts and hope that they are in safe hands. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how this has impacted your own community?
Well, there was always going to be a float for the congressional representatives, and because we had an important vote here on the impeachment or the silly impeachment of Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security, I decided I would stay, and then decided at the last minute I wasn't going to try to get up early in the morning and get down and then get back. So my wife and children went down to the station. When the shooting started, they were ushered inside Union Station with a number of other elected officials and officials of the Kansas City Chiefs football team. So they made it out, but there were people there killed who I know, and there's one woman who I know her entire family for that matter. And it's a sad, sad day, especially at Union Station, because it was June 17, 1933, when Pretty Boy Floyd came into the parking lot that everybody saw on national TV and shot and killed 4 G-men in front of Union Station. And Frank Nash was killed, who was they were trying to break him out of jail. So it's unfortunate that one of our major attractions to Kansas City has had visited upon it some of the worst things that we can think about. But the worst thing about today, after the unnecessary killing and wounding of people who went out to have a good time, is the fact that it made me realize even more than ever that I am a part of a body that does nothing, even in the face of tragedy, nothing at all. Thoughts and prayers. I don't need thoughts and prayers, and those people down there and others who will be shot in the future don't need thoughts and prayers. They need action, and it is so troublesome and painful to me. And hopefully people around the whole country are angry that, when some tragedy like this occurs, we march down to the well of the House and somebody says, we want our thoughts and prayers to go out to these people who have been shot and killed and their families and so forth. Prayer without action is just wasted words. And frankly, I'm tired of the wasted words, and we ought to be ashamed of ourselves as a legislative body to allow these actions to continue. We also had a shooting in Atlanta today, and probably 100 other shootings that we will all never know about.
Missouri has the 48th worst gun laws in the United States of America. There's no universal background checks, gun owner licensing, domestic violence gun laws, assault weapons restrictions. I mean, do you think that had a direct effect on what happened today, Congressman?
Well, absolutely. And I'm embarrassed about the fact that we're so far behind, that we are coming across as troglodytes as it relates to this issue. All people want are common sense gun regulations. And people have lied to people for years and years and years. They're out for your guns, and they try to create this kind of paranoia and anger. And the truth of the matter is, nobody wants to take anybody's gun. But I think, we have military-style guns. We have guns that are not used for deer hunting, and those are used right now almost exclusively to kill human beings. And the truth is, we can do better in Missouri. I realize that people, look at us as a rural state, but I think there are a lot of people in Missouri, like people around the world, who, if they had a chance to vote on common sense gun regulations, go to the ballot box and vote, they would vote for it. We're not talking about taking people's guns and all of the lies that have been told year after year after year. Every time we get ready for the election, the fear mongers go out and say they're trying to take your guns, and that's a lie.
President Biden, in a statement today, says we know what we have to do. We just need the courage to do it. Congressman Emanuel Cleaver from Missouri, thank you for taking the time tonight. We trust that your family is safe and well. Thank you again.
Thank you.